mean, EW can be quite a niche subject, so even though you're working in the EW environment, you know, you will have a different perspective depending on what part of the spectrum you operate in, or whether you tend to have a maritime focus or an air focus. So you're always going to learn something from the other side of the same enterprise. And although, you know, EW is a very classified subject, even staying at an unclassified level, you will actually pick up techniques, thoughts, concepts that you wouldn't have got if you were sort of blinkered, stuck in your own little part of the world that you tend to work in.
So one of the biggest things that we in Army Europe focus on is the interoperability with all of our partners in NATO and across Europe. And so getting to meet the folks here and to hear how they approach electronic warfare is probably the biggest thing that I get out of it. And because then we can adapt our own approach to that so that we can all work together.
Whenever we attend this type of conferences, we have the mind that everything depends on the operational requirements. How we could exploit the technological achievements in order to support the operational requirements. The many participants around all over the world, and see what others are doing within the same area, the same domain, and to gain experience. And this is the way, by exchanging information and experiences, we can enhance and improve our know-how. This is the reason I'm here.
It's been an eye-opening experience. I've come all the way from Australia. I'm a project manager for our future EW capabilities. The exposure that you get at these kind of events is really important to make sure that I'm considering the latest technology and the best solutions for the Australian Army. So you do learn a lot, plus you get exposure to so many people that I wouldn't get exposure back in Australia. So it's been a great experience so far.
It gets us closer to the end user, the customer, and also the procurement chain. But it's certainly been busy. We've had lots of different nations come to the stand. So we've got a varied mix from the end user operator to the senior manager within the procurement chain. And that's a nice mix, because if we can really sell the piece to the end user, the operator, then if the procurement chain is here at the same time, we can kill two birds with one stone.
And not only the presentations are informative and give us an idea of what the market is like and where we should be looking, but the people who are attending and speaking are the right influencers for us to be interfacing with to, you know, offer our services effectively.
It's actually been really good. Some of the conversations you get here, because it's more relaxed, you know, it's the right level of people. You're not standing at a stand waiting for people to come past. You can actually engage people in conversations in the conference, even while grabbing a coffee. It's a lot more personal.
It's been a useful introduction. What's valuable to me is that the people here are often the key enablers. They're looking for what the new technologies need to be. They're looking for what the roadmap is going to be. They're looking for what they're going to need in 5 years' time. All of that is useful.
So as we are in the defense market and mainly in radar and electronic warfare, this one is very well dedicated, where we can focus on the real target customer, and what's good for us.
Most valuable to us, since we are basically equipment manufacturers, is talking to people who actually use the equipment in anger, so the people who have the operational experience, so that we can understand the feature sets that's important to them and the ease of use requirements that they have, as well as how sophisticated the equipment needs to be in order to meet their operational needs. So that's the real value that we take from this.
What is the most interesting thing is you talk with people, you get new ideas, and that's already what happened. And sometimes you get new people and you shake hands and you discuss some items, technically or in detail, and it gives you new ideas. You never know. It's more an investment in the future.
But what I hope the delegates take away from this is really seeing each other's perspective on the problem and the challenge that they see. You've got an industry perspective, clearly, where they're trying to guess or trying to understand what the military requirement is. And you've got military practitioners who may not necessarily understand some of those techniques out there that are up and coming. So it's going to be a broadening, I think, on both sides to understand the perspective.